Alright, here's my Last of Us Part 2 review. Well, I talked to Chad as well. Alpha, you don't think the story is anywhere near as bad as people made it out to seem like? Yeah, I agree. Yep, it was not bad at all. You see, in your opinion, the story wasn't as great as the first, but still better than 95% of the other games. What other games? I think it was better than the first. I liked having the two stories, the two sides. Also, like you mentioned before, the only people with valid criticism are the ones who complained about Naughty Dog's crunch time, but people really over exaggerated with everything else. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. They shouldn't have had a crunch time. Like, I don't know why people are so impatient about games. They're gonna come out whether or not it's today, tomorrow, or a year from now. They're eventually gonna come out. Patience is a virtue. So just be patient. You think you like the first more as well? I don't know. People get spoiled without any context, so they were mad about the story before they even played. I agree. Just because you like the found family trope more than the revenge trope. Yeah, but Ellie was the only one with the revenge trope. Abby kind of had it, but she had a much more restraint. She killed Joel. That's all she wanted, was to kill Joel. She didn't want to kill anyone else. You see, all they know is Joel dies and you play as the person who kills them. Uh-huh. Yep. The people who hate this game are kind of like Ellie. They just see blind rage after Joel dies, that's all. Whereas I'm more like, okay, everyone hates this game, so what's a good reason for me to like it? Because if you know anything about me, I'm always gonna go for the other side against the majority. I hate the majority. I'm always gonna side with the minority. Even if it even if the majority is actually a small minority, I'm still gonna side with my minority. Alpha, they were mad about Abby because they said she's too unrealistically buff. No. No. Anyone can get that buff. Anyone. Which just isn't true. Consider she was modeled after two different people. Yeah. Yeah, she's huge, but it's not unrealistic. Yeah. And plus, it's the people who are complaining about this game are a bunch of dudes that probably don't get much, you know what. Or they just like their super, what's the word for it? Submissive girls. And it's like, nah. Yeah, I mean, look at women's weightlifters at the Olympics. They're a lot bigger, yeah. Her being buff is more realistic a few years into an apocalyptic compared to women in these types of shows wearing full makeup. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And people are saying this is super woke and everything, but I don't see it. They had a transgender kid. That was pretty brave of Lev. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. The people you hate the most are the people harassing Abby's VA, Laura Bailey. Yeah. Like, what the heck? It's a pretty progressive game, but as usual, they handle it really well. I wouldn't even call it progressive. I'd say it's pretty modern and normal. I did not see it as progressive at all. It wasn't like down your throat about all the progressive stuff. Now, if it was down your throat about that stuff, like they were trying to push an agenda, then I'd hate it a bit more. But they were pretty fair. People just live in a small bubble, yeah. You don't know of any other trans characters in video games? Fair enough. I know there is going to be a new game made by Don't Nod, I think, or similar people who made Life is Strange, and I think that's gonna touch on trans character. One, I think, maybe two. I think they're twins, I can't remember. I'll have to look into that. I want to play that game too. Alpha, it's really not, isn't for you. Oh yeah, just avoid confusion, yeah. There's a few. You think Undertale had an androgynous main character? Not trans, but it was interesting. Seeing gender in Undertale was kind of hard to tell, but I don't really focus on that because I don't really care. People can do what they want as long as they're not hurting anyone else. I don't care. Just stuff the director says outside of the game, but you wouldn't know from the story. Right. But yeah, I did not see any of the criticisms of what people said about this game. I'll have to go and watch some people's criticism because, you know, I like to disagree. I like to have conversations. I like to watch the other side. That's why I like this game, because you got to see both sides of the argument. EC, you watched a ton. There's a lot of great videos about this game already, I'll bet. I've been watching Christopher Odd play it because I knew he was going to be neutral as well. If someone makes a 3 to 4 hour video bashing it, you'll watch it. Oh gosh, why? Why 3 to 4 hours? Those are your favorite videos to watch just to laugh at it or what? Angry Joe bashed it pretty hard. It was entertaining to watch. Yeah, I saw some of that too. I've had a lot of recommended Last of Us Part 2 in my YouTube. But now I can finally go back and watch some of people's spoiler reviews and everything. They're good background noise. This is a good one. Did you try posting a link, EC? I should be allow links, but maybe I changed that as well. I should allow links. I'm not sure. Hey EC, you want to join the Discord and then you can post the video in. I've been talking about Last of Us in my horror server of my Discord, so if you want to post it there. Never used Discord before? You'd be lost? Oh shoot. Alright. I'll just copy and paste this into YouTube then. I'm glad I'm recording this because I knew some copyright would come up. Okay. Last of Us Part 2 critique by Never Know Best. Okay. I got it. Alpha, you're surprised there wasn't any spoiler stuff popping up on YouTube for this game? I think people were already spoiled by the game, so that might have deterred them from spoiling it. There's the link, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna post this in general gaming. Here's the Discord link, just in case. You think you changed it a while back? Oh, hello, Joel.
From earthly trial, this body red in the old churchyard. I'll drop this cross.
So if you had to give it a score, what would you give it?
And go sing.
I mean, at the beginning of the game, I gave it a 6 because of Dina's rating of her and Ellie's kiss.
To see my Savior,
But I don't know.
I'm going there.
I didn't like that fight scene with Ellie and Abby, but I know it had to happen.
Over Jordan, I'm just a go.
It's a hard one to pin down, yeah, it is. It really is hard to put a number to it. Gameplay was phenomenal. Story was great. Characters were great. It should be higher than a 6, but I don't know. Totally agree. You were so surprised at how much you enjoyed the gameplay. Oh, New Game Plus. Play through the game again with all of the upgrades and equipment obtained from a previous playthrough. Sweet. Oh, and we're beached now. What I had to do. Damn. It's so awesome that they had the boat in the water when you first played, and then they showed where those boats were actually. That was cool. You're going for the platinum trophy right now? That's interesting. I kind of wanted to, but I don't play many games other than Pokemon off stream. I'll think about it. You know what? I'll boost my rating up to an 8 and call it there, just because. You only going you only have to play it one more time and there's no difficulty trophy. Yeah, I looked into that. There's no difficulty trophy. Maybe I will do a New Game Plus playthrough. Should I stream it though? 8 is what you give it to? Fair enough, yeah. Hmm. Do I have anything else to say about reviewing the game? I think we kinda already talked about everything. It's really not as bad as people said it was. Alpha, a lot of the time when you stream New Game Plus, you end up stopping. That's only because I tried playing New Game Plus of Persona 5 and there was nothing new to it. It was so boring, I fell asleep. Maybe wait a while before jumping back in, yeah. Yup. Oh yeah, didn't I play New Game Plus Kingdom Hearts 3 on Critical too? And stop that too? I think it was just because it got too hard for me. I hated how much I needed to grind. If a game requires grinding, I get so bored of it. You thought the stream froze, but you accidentally paused it. Shoot. Yeah. I don't know. Game's pretty good. What are the sales on this game? I'm actually gonna look it up. Because was the criticism really enough to make the sales go down? Okay, this article is from almost 2 weeks ago. Also, we started this game 2 weeks ago. I ended it 2 weeks exactly. Sold really well, you think? Yeah. Last of Us Part 2 sells 4 million, becomes fast-selling Sony game for PS4 ahead of Spider-Man. Wow, it even outsold God of War. Or maybe just on the first day or whatever. So yeah. Reading this article, I'll post the article in chat. It's one of the first ones. Same with Pokemon, like they said, there is no bad PR, especially with games like these. Yeah, yeah, you're right. But I think this is a quote from Neil Druckmann. If we're going to tell this story, we have to go there. We have to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't want you to willy-nilly commit these acts. I want you to feel these moments, which they did exactly that. I did feel uncomfortable in a lot of them. A lot of people don't even want to have honest critique of the game. An honest appraisal. I'm reading. They just take what they can see or get. Kinda sad, really, that people are that critical without actually playing. Anyway, I think that's what I'm gonna call my review. So I'm gonna stop the recording here, but I'll keep streaming